That's right, everybody. The dump truck is rolled around. Daddy Dumpy isn't here, and the children have the keys.
What? I don't like this already.
Is that the usual
Oh, yeah. All the time.
Oh.
Every single week. Daddy Dumpy's not here, and we go into the deep lore of Daddy Dumpy.
Is Daddy Dumpy taken on Xbox gamer tags?
For sure.
Yeah.
With a couple
we
X's
check?
in there.
That's Phil Spencer's name. What do you mean? Yeah,
Daddy Dumpy?
yeah, Daddy Dumpy.
It's such a good channable name. Daddy Dumpy.
Dumpy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
For who? And where?
What? Like, at this point, if you saw Dynamite last night, Billy Gunn's no longer Billy Gunn. Just on the matchup cards, he's just straight up Daddy Ass is like a Christian name.
That's fair. I respect it. I mean, he was, for a while his nameplate was just Mr. Ass and WWE.
That's true.
They just didn't want him. Billy Gunn was a horrible name. They tried for many years to get rid of it.
Did Jared just do a
Down with
spit take, by
guns,
the
that's
way?
what I always say.
That's
Exactly.
right. Jeff Bakalar is out on assignment, and I stole the keys, so I've commandeered the dump truck. I'm Jan Ochoa. Joining me, as always, is Dan Reichert.
Oh, he was Daddy Dumpy. I get it now.
That was the implication that he was Daddy Dumpy.
So much
I
lore.
understand.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Deep lore.
Yes.
Another Daddy Dumpy himself, Jeff Grubb.
The Steve Mongo McMichael of the voicemail dump truck.
Oh my.
Okay. All right. And we got a lethal combination here, folks. He's the B. Arthur of our Golden Girls, which is something he completely understands. We have John Blood of Deadlock.
Yay. Thank you so much for having me. I can't believe you guys wanted anything to do with me after the Powerbomb cast.
Dude,
but
of course.
I'm very happy to be here. Not so much with Dan, more with you and Jeff.
The same hell.
we did this against his protest.
Yeah.
this
Everyone
this
hailing on
morning.
me on this damn
You didn't
show.
want me here?
Yeah, listen.
Oh, my God.
But we knew better. We knew better.
I
Than
just
that.
upped my Patreon tierage.
Well, please make sure Dan's mother knows that he was being mean to me.
Mom, if you're watching, I'm very nice to John.
Gentlemen, John, welcome back to
you.
the network. I don't know what to say. The website,
The family.
the
The
family,
shoot friendship.
the shoot
Yeah.
friendship. Yeah, is La Familia taken? Who's La Familia in wrestling?
Familia-
That was,
was like-
Eddie and wait, that was Edge,
It was
right?
It was Edge, Chavo, Bam
Vicky?
Neely,
Bam Neely.
Vicky Guerrero, Hawkins, and Ryder. That was La Familia.
Right.
For
What the
folks-
fuck was that stable?
I don't know.
That sucked.
For folks that don't know, John, Deadlock is and your other work on the internet is very wrestling heavy, if not primarily just wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much what I do. Yeah, the Deadlock podcast is every Monday. We do a little old school wrestling review, Attitude Era through, sometimes we go like 2010 is kind of that's where we kind of cut off retro, quote unquote, wrestling reviews. We do that every Monday.
Nice.
I do that with CM Pulse and Tony Pizza Guy. We also run our own pro wrestling company, which we actually have a show this Saturday, February 25th in Raleigh, North Carolina, Deadlock Pro Wrestling in the Kerr Scott building. It's a crazy show. We have a big main event. Lucky Ali defends the world title against Colby Carino, title versus career match. Big implications there. And I also play wrestling video games all the time over at New Legacy, and you can find it on YouTube and Twitch. So yes, long story short, wrestling is all I know. I'm very dumb otherwise.
Also, for anyone who hasn't heard Deadlock, this week's is an incredible start because it's a 2000 WCW episode, which if you saw WCW in 2000, you know what you're in for. This is the David Flair marrying Stacy Keibler episode, and it's incredible.
Yes. It's so a lot of people, I was talking to Dan about this a couple days ago. A lot of people have a lot of like pinpoint moments of when WCW, this is like, you remember that horrible WCW moment? This is one of those that kind of flew under the radar as to how horrible it is. And we go into depth about that. And at some point there's a 70s school bus that shows up with 20 shirtless white boys flowing out of it. So
The Natural Born Thrillers.
yeah.
I ran into David Flair once in New Orleans.
Did you?
I don't know if I've ever told this story.
Physically?
I was
with a car.
it was an angle we were doing at the time. I was being a dipshit Mark and wearing my Ribera jacket on Bourbon Street. Yes, I think I was walking out of a Crystal at like 2 a.m. or something, and it was during WrestleMania weekend. And David Flair was there, but he was bigger and he had like a beard. And I'm staring at him like drunk, like trying to figure out if it's David Flair. And he's staring back at me. And he looks down at my Ribera jacket and he just goes, "Nice jacket." I was like, "Thanks, David." And we walked away.
He said, "Nice dad."
So needless to say, there's going to be a lot of probably wrestling related references across the board.
Sorry about that.
No. It's perfectly fine. There's a portion of the audience that can't stand it. But here we are. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
Are they even shoot fans then? I don't think so.
No, they're not shoot fans.
I mean, maybe they might like this though if they're not wrestling fans, because I love making fun of wrestling. So that's kind of like we can all make fun of it together.
That's
it's a big part of why I love wrestling is because it's just dumb as fuck.
It's super stupid.
Yeah, so like I like the old, like when I watch like an old wrestling episode, I want to watch like a Nitro from 2000 to see how much a train wreck it is.
Yeah.
I want something to laugh at.
Yeah.
Ah, man, I shouldn't buy this Ribera jacket on eBay. I feel like I need to earn it.
Is it a shoot Ribera jacket?
Yeah, it's.
Well, I earned it by lying in Japan, if that counts.
Yeah, that counts.
That counts.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, hold on, Joe. I don't want to make it a big. How did you lie to get the Rivera jacket?
So, God, I did not say this story ever while I worked at WWE because I didn't want to get murdered by wrestlers.
That's awesome.
But
you still interact with them. This could still happen.
I don't wear the Ribera jacket anymore. It's safely hanging in a closet.
That's good.
I was in Japan covering Metal Gear Solid 5, I think. No, this is like TGS 2012. This is like 10 years ago. Went to Ribera. And I was like, "Hey, you got any of them jackets?" And they were like, "Well, no, you got to work in wrestling." And I was like, "God damn it!" And then I went and I met with some game localizers. 8-4, Giantbomb, Mark McDonald, all those guys. So they localize games, and I was explaining this to them, and they were like, "We gotta help you get this jacket." And so they had one of their guys that speaks Japanese called the other Ribera. There's 2 locations.
Okay.
And they're like, "Yes, our friend is here from America. He is one of the big writers for WWE, and he's in town and would really like to get his jacket." And they're like, "Yeah, come by." So they take me there. And they were like quizzing me about if I actually wrote for WWE. And I was like, "Yeah, totally." And so I just pulled up, like I have a thing on my phone with like a billion pictures with wrestlers. Like, here's me with John Cena. Here's me with Vince McMahon. Like real pictures. And I showed them a few of them and they're like, "Okay." And they gave me a Ribera jacket. So it was an ill-gotten Ribera jacket. I think if you Google Ribera jacket, Dan, I think I pop up there. Like flexing in the Ribera in my red jacket.
Oh my
Ribera
God.
jacket, Dan.
Dude, Stolen Valor, Dan Reichert. That's unbelievable.
I don't wear it anymore.
That's beautiful.
Oh, yep, there you are. You're flexing.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yep. Oh, fantastic. We should sell knockoff Ribera jackets. And like instead of a bull, it's just like a deer.
It should just be Reichert. That'd be awesome.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nostalgic. I'm gonna go grab a jacket. You two gentlemen go on.
Oh my God.
So Johnny, how the show works is we get a bunch of lovely voicemails from the fine folks at home. 707 exit flu is the phone number to call there. What exit flu is on an actual keyboard, I have no clue. I've never bothered to look. Okay. And we feel these voicemails.
9, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
That was you had that so it's so clean.
Oh,
it's so clean.
Great.
It was hanging next to my WWF New York jacket.
Wow.
Yes,
that is unbelievable. Wow.
Come get me, wrestlers. What do you got, Lesnar?
This is how Commando starts, basically.
Oh fuck.
Oh man, I would pay top dollar to just to take a picture of you and Brock Lesnar, Dan, just right now.
With his outfit on, yeah.
Yes.
Oh
yes.
God, no.
So Johnny, if you look at the little chat bubble in the top right of the Discord window,
yes,
you should see a picture that I pasted with a bunch of fantastic. Since you are our guest of honor, our shoot friend of honor, you can pick first, and then we'll play that voicemail, and we'll all listen to it together.
I mean, I feel like there's an obvious one here. I'm going to have to pick here. Let's start with the wrestlingagnostic.mp3.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Hey there, Dumpachinos. John from San Jose here. So I've noticed that lately Dan's only adjective is for shoot. And I was wondering, what is the etymology behind it? As a wrestling agnostic, when I think for shoot, I'm thinking that you may be shooting something for television, acting, not for real. So I'm confused. Please help. Thank you.
What'd he say?
like
for
you're
real?
shooting something.
Wait,
Yeah, I don't.
real?
What's
He said
real?
for real, and I don't
Is that
understand
like slang?
I think
Yeah,
he meant
some sort
like
of slang.
real, like road.
Oh,
Like a
okay.
film,
okay.
like real film
Weird.
reel.
Oh, that's,
Oh, yeah, it could
that's
be like
probably what they
this.
mean. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shooting
okay, that
for
makes
a
sense.
reel. Yeah. Okay. That's a very fair question, I think.
Some of them, I know the term, like I know the old Carney origins for some of it, like Mark, but like I always took shoot to be like, oh, straight shooting, like
No,
shooting
that is what
straight,
it is.
you
It's
know?
straight
I
shooter.
think
Yes,
that's right.
you're straight shooting. So yes,
Yeah.
that's what that is. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So there you go, folks. Straight shooting.
Shoot obviously is straight shoot. Yeah, and we had to explain it to Jan earlier as well. We'll work at least.
Yeah,
Wasn't sure
like
about
work. I was like, oh, we're working an angle. Oh,
Yes,
this
we're
is
working
for
Yeah, it's like,
work.
oh, hey, we're working, brother. We're not,
working,
you know,
but you're working
yeah.
a mark. Like that.
Right.
It's a job you're
Right.
pulling. It's yes, you're
Right.
working a mark, and that goes back to
Okay.
Carney's as well.
Okay.
Yes, and shooting is you actually are. This is yes, straight shooting. Yeah,
Mhm.
if I'm shoot punching Dan in the face, that is a real punch to the face.
Mhm. If we're working, we're working, we're pulling
Right.
punches there,
I do understand what the caller was talking about because they probably assumed like, oh, we're shooting this for
Yes.
for
Oh,
work.
no.
So
that makes
he-
too much sense.
Yes.
That makes too much sense. That's
yeah,
not how
we're
wrestling
being
works.
way dumber than that. We're being way dumber.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
with wrestling, you have to think like you have to stop thinking for wrestling.
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah, go full Carney to understand wrestling.
It's like anime cowboys, right? Pretty much.
What? Yeah.
What's an anime cowboy?
Is that right?
No, just that's what a wrestler is, an anime cowboy.
What?
I guess like
Stop thinking, Dan. You're thinking, and you're messing
I know,
it up.
I know these words in a vacuum, but what is it? Is there like a famous anime cowboy?
Well,
Rising
yeah.
Dan, Samurai Gunman for the PS1?
Yeah, yeah, that one.
Yeah, I got a
Yeah.
sealed
That's what
copy
we
of
were
that.
thinking of.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh my God! Of course you did.
I'm a cowboy. I like
Of course
that.
you do.
Jeff Grubb, you have the next pick of a voicemail.
Feeling some type of way.
Mm.
Hey, dumpers. It's Nick calling from Ottawa, Canada. I'm feeling a little way after some THC seltzer, and I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to go see my first ever WWE show at the end of the month. I'm going to go
Oh my
see
God.
Raw, and I'm extremely looking forward to it. And it got me thinking, if y'all were to come out wrestling style entrance, what song would you guys come out to? When I did some ill-advised backyard wrestling back in high school, I came out to the impression that I get from the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones because ska rules. Yeah.
Extremely
Just,
99.
wondering what song choice y'all would go with. Anyway, love you. Get home safe. Bye.
Thank you, caller,
Wow.
for letting us
When-
get home safe.
How did
When
that
I was
become
actually-
a wrestling one?
Yeah, I like all the wrestling stuff. When I actually had entrance music when I was doing the indies, I had two songs. The first one was Big Time by Peter Gabriel, and that's when I came out as like my tech investor guy on the scooter and stuff. And so I came out, I thought I was a big shot, and I came out to Big Time, which was the Mania 21, Johnny? The Big Time?
That might be 20. No,
Was
20.
it? Okay. It was in the early 20s, I remember. It was a
20.
WrestleMania
That's
theme.
Big time. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I switched over to Billy Squire's The Stroke. I'm like, everybody,
Wow.
have you heard? That one.
That
That was my theme.
tremendous. I like that a lot.
That's
You were
a-
saying 22 in Chicago.
That makes sense. Okay.
Oh,
Yep,
that's
yep.
right. Okay.
Okay.
I would come out
Is
to I Will Always Love You. Either version, Dolly Parton. Or,
Oh,
Against their feelings.
yes,
want to make
exactly.
them feel
I want.
something.
Yes, I'm going to be a very sensual character. Absolutely. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you a heel? Are you like seducing
Yeah.
people and then like giving them a schoolboy?
yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. How'd you know? That's impressive.
If in my mind, I would always, I would never come out by myself. I can't fight on my own, so I'd
Oh.
always be with a trio. So in my mind, it would probably be me, Pulse, and Tony, and we would come out to, of course, "The Boys Are Back in Town" by Thin
Oh.
Lizzy.
Oh, that's
That's
good.
just actually really good.
Yes,
That's good.
perfect.
Johnny, you've never met Jeff Baclar, the actual host of the show. I'm just going to give you two quick facts
Shoot host.
about him.
Okay.
The shoot host. Oh, I'm sorry,
Shoot
slip of the
host, shoot
tongue.
host.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, come on.
Wow.
We're live, pal. Come on.
Send for the man. Jeff Baclar really enjoys pinball and hockey. Oh,
Okay.
and we often associate ska with him. What theme song would you give to
Basically
Jeff
the Thin
Baclar?
Lizzy of men.
Ooh, wow. That
They were Irish.
Wow.
They've never heard of hockey.
I mean, you mentioned pinball. The first thing I thought of was Pinball Wizard. But
Oh, yeah.
Is that too on the
I feel like-
nose for Bacalar?
It's pretty
that's
on the
a great
nose.
song, though.
He's always wearing a hat, if that helps.
It's not a lot of
He
songs
wears
about
shirts
hats.
sometimes.
I mean,
Sharp-dressed
would Sharp Dressed Man be appropriate?
Do they
for-
talk about hats in that? New shoes, cufflinks.
Yeah.
I don't, did they say? I think
Bald
they say
head
something about a hat.
Covered by a hat. Yeah, that's the song.
Noted wrestling fans.
Why,
ZZ
oh, yeah,
Top.
White Hat. I think White Hat is a line, right?
White hat. Yeah, it is. It's white hat. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right. There you go. There,
All
that's
right.
his.
Fantastic, fantastic. I think I would just go with Gasolina by Daddy Yankee.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And
What
then
an
like
intro.
Oh man, I would just need to come out in a lowrider. I know that for me that'd be mildly culturally appropriating, but I'm brown, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I will let you be
Those
the
are rules.
authority of that.
It's all right, guys. I got the pass. I got the hall pass. It's fine. It's fine.
What a great intro that song is, though. That'd be unbelievable for an entrance.
Oh my god. Yeah, I just want all the pyro, and then I immediately lose to a roll up against Jeff
That's,
Grubb.
I mean,
yeah,
that's
it's like 40-second match. You taunt. No, you taunt for a while and then you get rolled up.
By the way, I also like that when what was it, THC infused drink, Dan just stared at the camera and said, "Yeah."
Like, I haven't had that, but I'm drinking a seltzer. I enjoy that, and I sometimes partake in the THC. And I was like, that seems like a thing that makes sense.
Yep.
I enjoy that.
I
What
also
time?
like dumpers, by the way. That's pretty good.
Oh yes. One time a friend offered me some iced tea that he said was laced with THC. And I was like, no, I'm cool, man. And then he proceeds to take like a giant chug out of it. And I look at the bottle afterwards and says like, one serving is like a tablespoon. And homeboy
Yes. Oh,
just like
jeez.
chugged it. And then he was
Wow.
like, hey man, do you need a ride to where we're going? Or do you want to drive? I'm like, you know what? Just hop in the car, buddy. Just hop in the car.
We did that when we first moved to Colorado. We got one of those the bottles that's like just a drink, and you drink it, and you do start chugging, and you look at it, it's like, one swig is 10 milligrams. It's basically like smoking a joint. It's like, oh my god, all right, let's just chill.
I am a bong now.
That's
saying
unbelievable.
that
I like the description of it's a drink and you drink it.
I was really like searching for like what I'm trying to say there, and I lost
respect
it
it.
really quick.
By the way, several people in the chat have mentioned that me saying I sometimes partake in the THC really makes me sound like a cop.
That's
I
true.
could see that. I didn't call it reefer.
If you do the eyebrows while you're saying, I sometimes partake
Oh,
in
yes.
the reefer.
I would
you?
purchase the THC off of you. Yes.
I don't know. I mean,
Are you
didn't-
carrying?
You didn't get this Ribera jacket by like normal means. So.
That's true. That was Japan law, though. You can't try me in the States for my ill-begotten Japan jackets.
He's only a work criminal, not a shoot criminal.
That's right. That's international criminal.
Dan, next voicemail is yours, sir.
What do we got here?
Find the
Let's
wrestling
go
one.
with.
Feel it out.
Oh God, I gotta feel it. Okay. With a hammer?
Ooh.
Are hammers in wrestling?
It's not related to wrestling. Dan, were you on last week? I don't believe you were.
I don't think I was on last week. No, I was getting the VR stuff ready.
Johnny, to give you some context, we talked a lot about Roadkill last week.
Oh,
Like, okay, that's not the wrestler. Is that what you're saying?
No,
The
no,
actual Roadkill. Okay.
Act-
well, if we're going with wrestling and hammers, there's a Jim Ross story that is painfully tragic. That not to bring down the mood by bringing that up.
You
Cool,
didn't
I'm glad
have
we
to
thought that
mention
one
it.
through. I'm
You
glad we
didn't
thought
have to
that one through.
mention it.
I thought it through. It's a bad one. It's
Pat on the back, Dan, for like talking us through and not actually taking us there. I appreciate
it's not
that.
good. He wrote about it in one of his books. It's a tragic story.
I
Good.
feel like
Well done.
Do I need to know or do I need to know later?
It involved a sack of puppies.
Okay,
All right, maybe
play
later.
that.
No, later.
Play the voicemail.
Listening to
Yeah,
your,
probably later, Jeff. I agree.
Hey,
Yeah,
and,
probably later.
name's Nate.
Go on. Move on.
Hey, just listening to your latest dump, and my name's Nate. And the story about roadkill reminded me of the time that my dad drove me to school and hit a deer. I wasn't dead, so he got out of the car and hit it with a hammer. And told some people behind us that were screaming to go around. Then he put the deer in the car and tied a rope around it, and I had to hold the rope so we could drop it off my grandfather's house. And I still had to go to school that day. So not really a question, just a story. Bye.
Is he okay?
Why did he? That felt like someone that needed to tell that story for a long time.
Somebody needs to hear this.
Oh my God.
How old is he?
Nate was this guy. Well, he said he had to go to school. I imagine
Like grade
Dad's
school.
taking him. It probably was. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
So he hit a deer with the car, and then needed it to die.
I
Okay.
picked a bad email or voicemail.
Yeah, man. The JR thing, and then this, bro. What is going on?
Yeah. Somebody pick a good, happy one.
You threaded the
Yeah,
needle
one that
really
doesn't involve
well.
a sack of puppies.
Yeah.
You pressed for that.
Was he looking for advice? Was he looking for advice? What was the?
He didn't want to talk.
No, he said he didn't have a question. It's just you're right. He just needed to say something to somebody.
Okay, well,
he
Nate, we
sees
got
nothing,
you.
say something. And he
Yeah,
did.
we got you, Nate. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad you could finally get that story off of your chest. All right. I gave my pick to the fine folks at home, and then the first one I saw was Lolly. I'm going to assume they meant Lolly Logistics.
Now, what's going on here?
Yeah, what's happening here?
What? What could go wrong with Lolly Logistics?
I'm skeptical of this.
Yo, Tam, shots fired, my dude. What's up with lollipops? You and my wife. My wife gets so mad at me because I like lollipops. Listen, let's talk about the lolly logistics here. You got a sucking candy. Sometimes you want to take it out of your mouth. What are you supposed to do? Spit the Jolly Rancher in your bare damn hand and just look like a moron? No, you have it on a stick and you can pull it out and talk to people and then put it back. Why is lollipops have to be a child-only thing? I'm a grown man. I like lollipops. Follow-up question. What's the best lollipop? It's clearly Dum Dums, right? Fuck your Tootsie Roll Pops. Dum Dums for life, baby.
Wait, why would you need to spit out a Jolly Rancher?
Why don't you just eat it?
Yeah, you just keep it in there until you're done with
maybe
it.
he's describing the pieces left over of the lollipop as a Jolly Rancher.
I was confused at that as well. I was assuming he likes lollipops over Jolly Ranchers.
Oh, maybe his wife said, "Oh, what do you need to eat a lollipop for? Just eat a Jolly Rancher."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
So,
more of
Jolly
a hassle to
Ranchers-
eat a lollipop. Like, also, I never call them lollipops. Like, the thing you get at the bank, that's a sucker. That's not a
Yeah, I
lollipop.
call him a sucker too, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Is that a Midwest thing?
It might be a Midwest thing. Is that a
Yeah,
Midwest
I
thing?
think I call it. See, I don't even know if I describe it. I just say.
Yeah, see, I don't know if I
just
think about
point-
this enough to really know for sure what I say.
I never say it out loud. Like I want lollipops right now. I buy a bag because I'm an adult and I don't talk to anybody about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, adults buying bags of lollipops.
I don't know why
the check out. Oh, you're buying some lollipops?
Don't talk to me.
Don't dare you speak to me.
Now I'm not anymore.
Yeah, put them back. Put them back. You keep them.
Walk over to
You
self-checkout.
ruined it.
Yeah. I feel bad for Homeboy. He should not be getting shamed for his lollipop love. I think lollipops are dope. Dum Dums are tremendous. The blue ones are the best ones, by the way.
The more we say
the
lollipop,
mystery ones.
The mystery ones are tremendous. Yes.
the more we
Have
say
you really make
lollipop,
those?
the more uncomfortable I feel.
You don't like the what's wrong? What do you? All right, you want to come up with something else?
I
for
think
it?
we
Let's
that's
work on it
we
together.
have like the most esteemed brain trust here. We can
Sure.
figure out a new word for it.
Well,
Like, you
sucker.
combine them.
Oh, lolly
Yes.
sucker. You want to call it, Jeff?
Well, no, like a suckle. A suckle. I want a
So you're
suckle.
not-
I don't like that word.
What about a
Lolly
suckly?
it actually is like very suggestive. Actually, never mind.
Yeah.
Sucklies? No.
Suckly.
No, that's bad too.
Oh, Suckly's nuts. Yeah, sure.
Oh. So Jeff,
Damn
you're
it.
not down for lolly sucker. You just don't want to go with that one.
I don't.
Ooh.
I'm
A
lot of
trying to
syllables
avoid
and it doesn't sound
engaging
good.
with you on this. I thought I was
I'm just gonna make sure.
that you brought it back around.
I'm
Here
gonna
you
make
go.
sure I'm getting this in. Jeff.
Jeff Grubb is not okay with lolly sucker.
All right,
No.
making sure. Okay, great. Yeah, Suckleys is tough.
Notley in the Giant Bomb chat suggests tasty tips.
Ooh.
Yeah, Notley should
That ain't
do
bad.
that to himself. I think. I don't know. About
And
that one.
and then you could start. You could go to all your friends, your shoot friends, and go, "Hey boys, you want to get tipsy?" And then you pull out a bag of tasty tips.
Oh.
You're gonna get beat up if you're making it seem like you got a bunch of fun beers or something. And then you just, I got dum dums.
Dan, what one do you like? You're a dum guy. What do you think?
I love Dum Dums, but I would say that despite not being a big chocolate fan, I always prefer Starburst and Skittles over chocolate candy. For some reason, Tootsie Roll Pops really do it for me. They're the outside Yeah, the outside's got the fruity stuff, but then like when you get to that thing in the middle, it's just like it's delicious. I love it.
They're the best. I agree because I like blow pops as well. It has like the gum in the middle. And I feel like I get very sick of the gum very quickly.
Yeah, it's a homework assignment. You got to chew the gum, then you got to spit it out and all that stuff.
It's a commitment. I don't want all that. The Tootsie Roll Pop, I get the crunch that I need, the sweet, and then you get the chocolate. Shit's awesome.
Yeah. Did everyone where they grew up have the urban legend about the star, the bow and arrow and the star?
No.
Nobody knows about this? Was this just my weirdo
Is this a shoot?
This is a shoot. So if you open up a Tootsie Roll Pop, I don't know if it's like 1 in 5 or something, but there's a Native American that is like aiming a bow and arrow at the sky. And the legend or the rumor around recess was that if you got that one, you had to like send it in or something and you would get a free one. You got a free Tootsie Roll Pop. People in the chat know. They know about it. You get a free one if you get the Native American on it. Yeah.
Oh.
Did you ever get this?
No, everyone always talked about it, but no one ever had evidence that it ever was a thing.
Price of the postage? Like, that seems more expensive than a Tootsie Pop or whatever.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you could take it to I should have known my family ran a grocery store called Reichert's Market. I guess I could have just asked them. But like, I guess I never asked.
Is that real?
Them. Yeah.
Oh my God. Why do you have so many stories?
These guys are immune to it.
Yeah. Not surprised at this point. Yeah.
Dude, it's never ending with this guy. Jeff, what do you dumb guy?
My sucker memories go to when I worked at a gas station and this lady came in every night and got a let's just say a tube shaped sucker from like this stand that had a bunch of different shapes of sucker, and then one day we just didn't have them anymore. They were gone, and she was devastated. She's like, I just love this motion, and then was like doing that and it like just relaxes me. And I'm like, listen, lady, I get it, but I'm sorry, we don't have that anymore. Like, we just I don't know what to do. There's some popsicles in the back or something, but no, she really wanted the sucker, so the tube shaped sucker. So that's what's been going through my head this entire time, and basically ever since she said that to me, that's been going through my head. So
you might need to call in and talk to somebody about it.
You leave a voicemail if you
do. Please seek help. I like the caramel apple tasty tips.
You hate your teeth, apparently.
Well, so here's my story. I had a loose tooth, and then a lunch monitor, who is a friend's dad, was like, "Yo, you have a loose tooth? Here's a lollipop." Caramel apple guy tells me to bite down on it. Baby tooth is gone. It was brilliant.
Whoa!
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Are you guys committed to the sucking of the lollipop, or do you how long before you just decide to chew on one?
As soon as I can. As soon as its structural integrity is compromised, I'll just go to town on it.
Yeah. I'm chewing pretty much almost immediately because I'm a maniac.
Yeah.
Have they ever thought about making the sticks edible?
That's a really good idea.
Is there a way to do it without making your hands all sticky?
Can we patent that real quick?
What an
you can call them sticky sticks.
Ooh, sticky sticks.
Oh, we're rocking.
Okay.
We're rocking.
Okay.
Right now. Okay. Yeah, there's got to be a way, right? I mean, you make it like not a slimy texture or whatever. You
make it like a Pocky, like Pocky or Pretz, those fun snacks.
That's true.
Like
that'd be great for a Tootsie Pop.
Ooh, sticky licks.
Sticky licks,
dude.
Oh my God.
We gotta cut this out of the show because people can't steal this. This is
yeah.
This is our
right.
stuff.
Does a baby bottle pop count as a lollipop?
No.
Baby bottle pop?
I don't think so, right?
What the fuck is that?
Okay, never mind.
It's a little bottle pop that has sugar.
Yeah, you dip it in sugar and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like the pixie stick stuff, the fun dip. I don't like that stuff.
I don't like
it's
right
like
there.
Fun dip, yeah.
It's on the floor over there, right there. There's a fun.
Is that
dip.
where you were eating it, or is that just?
That's where I took it like
it
and said, "No, you're not doing this down here. I've got expensive equipment. You're gonna get Fun Dip everywhere."
Yeah, Fun Dip sucks.
Yeah, not a fan.
What is Fun Dip other than just a vehicle to ingest sugar?
I think
That's
you got
what
it
pixie
in one.
sticks
You
were?
got it in one.
Yeah.
Damn.
I love sugar, but put it in a thing. I don't just want to eat straight up sugar.
Pixie sticks might be even crazier because at least with the Fun Dip, you get you got to eat something else. Pixie stick is legit just a tube of sugar.
I was like,
Pour into your
18
face.
and went to a party, and there were kids that were my same age, we're snorting pixie sticks. I'm like, what is
Yo,
going on?
okay.
Yeah,
that was a
I've
thing
seen
in
that.
elementary school. And then
I've seen that.
kids
Yeah, but I
started
was in
doing
high
that.
school.
Oh, okay, that's just weird. Kids
That
started
was
doing
just
that
weird.
with Altoids.
I've heard that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard the Altoids one actually. Yeah.
We would do IHOP. I never did this, but let's say it was after a house party or something. And you take a taxi to a IHOP at 3 a.m. I've got videos on my computer of my friends putting lines of maple syrup and lines of Cholula hot sauce on the table and snorting it.
Oh man.
Yeah. I was too smart. I was there for my studying, not for
You were snorting
hot sauce.
crack.
Yeah. I was being an adult, not these goddamn kids.
Grow up.
I have been told that Tasty Tips are good for people at raves that are high on ecstasy.
To help like not swallow their tongue or whatever.
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah.
And so like they don't get super thirsty, they can just keep sucking on a Tasty Tip.
Oh.
Shouts
Saving
out
lives.
to all you drug guys out there.
Yeah.
Since the
drug
chat
dudes.
picked one with a part 2, we're now entitled to play that second part.
Might as well.
Yo, and you know what? Part 2 to my lollipop screed. It's not my fault they're called lollipops. Do I agree it's a dumb name? Yes. Does it sound childish? Sure. So, group, right now, I need a new name. Give me something cool.
Wow,
God
we're
damn
ahead of the game.
Hot dog by calling it a glizzy. Maybe you didn't do it, but it got done. Get it done. Give me a new name. I don't want to call lollipops anymore. Give me a better name other than sucker. All right, love you. Bye. Call me back.
All right, well, if hot dogs are glizzies now, then lollipops are hot dogs.
Yeah, there we go.
Deal.
You know what?
Both fisters.
It could work. It could work.
Hot
Tasty-
dogs? Yeah.
Yeah.
Get free hot dogs.
I'm coming around to Tasty Tips.
Yeah, Tasty Tips.
Yeah,
is
there we
good.
go. Tasty Tips.
I'm coming around on that one.
Tasty with 2 E's, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Tip all caps too.
Oh, yep. The S in tips is a 5 too.
Oh, sure.
All right.
Yeah, let's go to 10. We're off to the races. Let's do it.
And Tasty Tips is applicable to all kinds of Tasty Tips. The ones you put on your hands that look like rings and
It's a
everything.
brand. Yeah,
It's a whole
right.
brand. Yeah.
Oh, I guess a ring pop is a lollipop, right?
The act of
guess.
eating a ring pop now just seems disgusting.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Yeah, my
Actually,
kids got those for Valentine's Day too, and I just walked away. I'm like, I'm not
Yeah, I
dealing
mean,
with
like,
this.
I feel like ring pops were also way more necessarily harder than like a regular lollipop. They were not meant to be bitten into, and that's why I didn't like them.
Dan, I thought you left your seat
No,
for
I
a
had the
second.
headphones on.
Oh, and I thought you were going to go get ring pops.
I did too.
No, I don't. Dogs just randomly wandered in here, and I thought my door was shut. So I shut my door. Jan, you talk about the caramel apples in your teeth. I don't remember if it was on this podcast, but I told the story of when I was getting my hair cut when I was like 7 and I had my baby molars. I was chewing on lemon heads getting my hair cut, and I bit into one, and when I opened my mouth, it just tore the molar out. So I'll never forget the look on the lady's face that was cutting my hair, because in the mirror, she just saw me look like white as a ghost, and then I opened my mouth and all this blood came out. Just like, like just.
Oh my god, that is insane. I had for a long time, I wanted to chew on anything. Like I would chew on bottle caps and all that, like
Wait,
straws. I would
The
chew on.
candy bottle caps?
No.
shit.
Bottle caps
you're
on
talking
the top of water bottles.
shoot bottle caps?
Shoot bottle caps. Yeah. I was chewing on the. So I think it was like second grade. We were in the schoolyard. There was a big circle out there, and of course, stupid little wrestling fan Johnny said, "Hey, we should all do a Royal Rumble." No one understood what I was talking about. I said, "Oh, just push each other out of the circle." So I got bum rushed from behind, big style, face first on cement, chipped my front tooth. And why I'm saying this is because I got it capped, and a year later I was chewing on, I think it was a bottle cap, and I broke the cap off of my tooth. Just chewing stuff. So, word to the wise, don't just chew stuff, guys. It's not good.
Okay.
No, do food mostly.
Yeah,
Hey,
probably food.
You know, the dump truck, it's a great time. You know, we get to talk about Tasty Tips and relive childhood trauma.
Yeah.
It's
Roadkill.
good.
All the stars are here.
Admit things we probably shouldn't, that'll get archived on the internet for forever. Johnny, the wheel's back to you, sir. Pick another voicemail, please.
All right, let's go here. Well, I see one here. Sadly, my Philadelphia Eagles lost over the weekend, but let's go with Eagle Scout here.
Okay, Gabe from Portland again. I feel I have to clarify eating roadkill. So from Portland, I might be an Eagle Scout, Boy Scout Troop 420. Funny, not a coincidence that happened on purpose. Anyway, so these fucking guys that are eating roadkill, they usually live in the country, and it's typically fresh meat. Like I would hope they have the eyes to tell if it's like rotten or not. They're not just finding the biggest, most swollen, filled up with air and gas that's been there for a week. Just pop it with their mouth wide open, No, it's got to be a fresh kill. That's all.
Thank you, caller.
Like you have to
hell
like
is he
physically
talking about?
see the van hit the deer before you can take it home.
So part of the roadkill stuff was people admitting that they've eaten roadkill.
Oh my
like
God.
they hit a deer and then they're like, oh cool, I can take this deer and go make like jerky and venison and all that jazz.
Okay.
I mean, deer's delicious. Deer's really good, but
Yeah,
you don't
deer
want to from
jerky's
the
good.
road.
Well,
I grew up in
well, listen,
Kansas, and that seems like some hillbilly shit. Like
The road and the bloating only adds flavor, in my opinion. So I think you're missing out.
I imagine, like, if I was in a situation where I absolutely needed to, that's, even then I would be like, it would take me a while to get there. But
you'd feel bad.
yeah, I don't. Maybe I'm just not manly enough to just. I'm gonna kill and eat you now.
Johnny, how much for shoot here? How much do you think a deer weighs?
A shoot deer?
A shoot deer, not a moose, just like a shoot deer, like adult Bambi.
It's got. I mean, in my mind, I know how much I weigh, and I weigh a lot, and that sucks. So and
You're
a
a human
deer
man.
looks worse, probably more. Man, so maybe like. In my mind, 300 was the number that came to mind for.
That's what I said!
Deer, yeah.
So the Daddy Dumpy himself assumed that a deer would weigh 600 pounds.
700 is the number he got up to. 700.
700. And
He did say he started like 6 and he's like 700. He just kept saying numbers that were bigger.
Maybe a dead deer weighs more. For some reason that makes sense in my brain. I don't know. In my brain, that just makes more sense.
Well, its soul
I think
is
it weighs
left
less
its
after
body.
the soul leaves the body.
No, its soul has left the body, and now it can inhale all the darkness of the
Nothing
world.
told me
Oh,
that
no.
the soul made it lighter, made it buoyant.
Exactly.
I didn't know all the science behind it.
Do you have an
right.
answer? How much
Yeah.
does a deer weigh?
Like 160 to like 200.
really?
160 to 200, yeah.
It turns out, yeah.
How do
They're
they
live.
annihilate cars so well?
that was Baclar's reasoning. That was Daddy Dumper's reasoning. He was like, they destroy like any car, but it's like, turns out if you put 150 pounds just standing perfectly still and looking at a car with a dumb look on its face, that's just gonna annihilate anything pretty much.
That makes sense. Dan, what do you weigh?
I'm about this morning I was 186.7.
All right, we're gonna get you down a little bit. We're gonna have to try something out here.
Wait, what?
Hell, I mean, it could be a work. You never know.
All
Never
right.
know, brother.
Hope your mom's not listening to that one.
She'll watch the replay.
Oh no,
Jeff-
sorry.
Jeff Grubb. Your pick,
Yeah,
sir.
let's see. I think I have to go with wife guys.
Oh,
Hey, Dom.
Okay, real quick. Dan, do you know what a wife guy is? Or the term wife guy?
I saw somebody use it to describe Machine Gun Carl Anderson once. And based on what I know of him,
yeah. I was gonna say I don't know if that's right.
so I don't think I know what it means actually.
maybe like more like not Rusev before he left, like Mike Bennett when he was still in the WWE.
The most recent that gimmick with Maria that lasted like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
All right,
kind of.
sure.
Yeah.
So
Sure,
he's
yeah.
a guy that's known for his wife.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah, more so it's like someone talking constantly like, oh, I love my wife, dropping and making it their whole personality.
Yeah,
see.
they don't have a personality. They have a wife. There you
Yes.
go.
Got
Got
it.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see.
And then
Got it,
we've
got
made
it.
the assumption that the reason why they love their wife so much is because of infidelity. And that they're also compensating for their lack of personality, that they're also being
Lack
unfaithful.
of personality.
That's fair. I mean, thankfully, I'm super mean to my girlfriend, so that's not
Yeah, this is how we know you're faithful.
Sorry.
Because you stay in the relationship, you know?
Of course.
All right, playing the voicemail.
Dump truck. I am calling on behalf of Jeff Backlar's comment about wife guys. I am not a wife guy, but I work with a lot of geezers, a lot of fucking geezers who hate their wives.
Jeez.
And so I make it a point to love my wife because I don't want to ever be looked at as like a guy that hates his fucking wife.
Okay.
And I take offense to the fact that wife guys are looked at as hiding something. That's it. Not a wife guy, but not a wife hater. Love you guys. Bye.
That guy's hiding something.
I was gonna say, there's no way. I don't trust this dude at all.
Yeah, this guy's hiding something.
I'm
just
telling
running
his
around
wife.
telling all these old people how much I love my wife.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I am to trust this man, which I don't, but if
Of
I were
course.
to trust this man, well, that's very nice. I think it's a-okay to show love to your loved one.
Onikazi in chat said geezer has a different slang meaning in the UK than in the US. Do any of you know? Because I don't. Do any of you know what it means in the UK that it doesn't mean here?
Is it like wanker?
I don't know. I'm just going to say, do you guys want to guess? Like, we should guess.
Geezer doesn't mean old in the UK? Is it like
guess not.
potatoes or something?
It's I mean, I feel like they have 100 different names for like calling somebody a slut, so it's probably something to do with a slut.
or like some like vulva. It probably means vulva, possibly.
Oh yeah, like a
body part thing,
right? Yeah.
Okay, yeah. What's a
Do we know?
geezer?
I'm looking it up. Geezer is slang term just for a man. In the UK, it's used most often referred to simply to a man. Some
It basically
geezer was
means
here
bloke.
earlier.
You could say bloke. Like,
I think
that's,
it's
okay,
bloke.
so it's
Yeah.
a dude. It's a dude. It's a dude.
It's okay. It's a real dude.
Okay. I thought it was something
That's
a
not
little
as fun.
spicier. Yeah.
I thought he was saying he worked with like a bunch of elderly men.
Yeah, me too. Well,
Okay.
he used that for the UK. He was from the United States, so I think he did mean old men.
Oh,
He meant old men.
Right.
Okay.
He hates
okay.
these old men.
Yeah. Shouts out to your wife. Yeah. Shouts out to all wives. Yeah. They're
Yeah,
great.
hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
I love
awesome.
you.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry about that. The caller's wife though, because he's definitely doing something behind her.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
no good.
Yeah, listen, yeah,
No
condolences
good.
to her.
All right. Who picked that one?
That was Jeff, I believe.
Okay, Dan. Ball is now in your court.
Balls.
Beef's right here.
Ooh.
Here's the beef. The beef's right here. The beef's right here in Cincinnati. This is Cincinnati and it's calling to let you know I'm mad at something. And now you're gonna listen.
Yeah, that guy cheats on his wife for sure.
He pulls that trick out all the time. That's why he's so angry.
Yeah, you're not fooling us.
No, yeah, we get it. We can see
You
right through
can't
you.
trust someone that plays a guitar too well.
No way, bro.
Also, with that audio quality, it says MP3, but that has to at least be a FLAC file. That sounded
Yeah.
pristine.
Oh yeah. That one I just added because like a
okay.
FLAC wouldn't just play well, you know.
Sure,
that's
right.
great.
Right.
The effort was there. I appreciate that.
He also timed it well, which means he's good at timing, which means he's good at hiding things from his wife.
See, I mean, this guy's a piece of shit.
I feel like I heard 3 words out of that song.
I heard the intro.
Yes.
Beef's right here. That's the only part you hear. That's the only lyric as well.
That's all you needed. That's all you needed.
Yeah, I
Folks at home, it is your pick. Respond to this message. There.
What are we thinking here? There's a lot of good ones
Yeah.
left here. A lot of fun names.
Where to go?
Coward.
Coward.
All right. Coward.
Okay.
Hey, dumpers. So, you guys don't think you're wife guys? Huh? Well, say some shit about your wife for partner. Fucking prove it, coward. Also, call it a royal flush. When you get through all the voice, you flush the dumps. It's already a thing. Royal flush. Come on.
So they want us to say something. Was there just something mean or just something?
Something mean-spirited, perhaps. Just to prove that you're not a wife guy because, you know, you can't be too nice.
All right.
okay with being
Here's
a
the
wife
main
guy.
thing that me and Bianca argue about.
Okay.
Is that when we use the air fryer, I'm someone who follows the instructions. I follow the rules, and so if I look at something,
Oh
and
God, I'm
if
so
I
on her side already.
if I Google how to air fry leftover quesadilla from Taco Bell, it'll say, okay, preheat at 350 and
my
then add the
God.
food. She just flies by the seat of her damn pants and she'll just throw it in there before the preheat beep goes off. And like it's probably the main thing we argue about is I follow the instructions and I preheat correctly. I think she's being a little too cavalier with the way she air fries leftovers.
Has she ever said, you know who else just followed the rules? The people in Nazi Germany.
Not gotten that. No.
Okay. Well, listen, let me
Why
message
would
her
they
real
say
quick and give her
preheat if
some
you're not supposed to
suggestions.
preheat?
Oh man.
There's a reason that's
What
on there.
You are just listening to random strangers on the internet. Okay, you know
That
what?
have
I'm guilty. I'm a
cooking
white guy.
websites. You can't just make one of those.
Dan, we could do that right now. We have a blog function on the website.
Has it ever
Yeah, I
turned
can
out?
post a blog, and then you could just follow those instructions.
But we
Just
work
do
at a
whatever.
website. We work at a website. We're professionals. So our expert opinion matters, you know?
Sure.
You can't just be some Yahoo. I'm not looking at people on Twitter or TikTok telling me how to preheat my burritos.
That's not bad advice though. TikTok usually has some good stuff on.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah, I live my entire life on TikTok right now. It's real
Has
fucked
any
up.
time she's done that, has it gone wrong, or does it usually come out?
No,
okay?
it's always delicious, and it's usually better when she does it.
wow.
But it's the principle.
That's fair. You gotta stick to your guns. I respect that. It's shooting from the hip, and I like that, brother.
That is, nothing makes me feel older than on Deadlock when you're talking about TikTok stuff. They're like, boom, that thing or whatever. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Just watch some TikToks, brother. Great.
I don't want to.
It's awesome. I didn't want to either. And then my girlfriend got me. She was like, she kept sending me them. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna watch some of these. And I'm like, oh, these are actually kind of funny. So you get TikTok, and then you never stop having TikTok.
It's true.
That's the problem. I'm not falling into this. Moving to a cabin in the woods. No social media.
You'd blow up on TikTok then.
Yeah, you would.
I don't need to. I'm fine. I'm having a good
Walden
time.
life. Yeah. Hashtag Henry David Thoreau. You'd be huge.
See, I think I don't have a. I was trying to think of an answer for this. I'm not married, so my girlfriend Deb probably has way more to complain about me than I do about her.
Same. Same.
I am so annoying. I know I'm annoying.
I'm absolute trash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything you see here on the website, it's all a work, everyone. Jeez.
I just like the idea that she's sitting right behind you, saying you're in this situation. This rules, actually.
Can't say anything.
Incredible. I'll get mine out of the way.
All right.
My wife takes care of a lot of stuff because I'm working all day, and then she'll do stuff like apologize to me for not doing other things. I'm like, are you crazy? Just don't ever apologize. And she never stops. She never stops apologizing. I'm like,
Sure.
What am I doing that's making you feel terrible? But yeah, I'm like, no, stop. Never apologize.
Jan, I don't mean to cut you off. I feel like that was a bit of a compliment there, Jeff. I don't know if that one counts. I feel like you're saying you have a very caring and
why can't you tell me out like that?
You have a very caring and nice wife that apologizes. How horrible.
Oh, you know one of my favorite things?
I got nothing.
One of my favorite things is holding hands, and she never wants to hold my hand.
No.
Oh damn. Oh damn.
That's heartbreaking.
She's just leaving you hanging. We're seeing it in action, folks. Audio listeners, Jan is holding his hand out. Not even nary a look.
Is horrible.
Oh my god. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Earbuds are coming out. They're discussing.
Yes!
We got it.
Now Jan, that just means you're a liar.
It was more of like a touch my hand versus a hold my hand. So
that was adorable, nonetheless. I was very happy.
Hold my hand.
Tremendous.
There she
She
goes.
just left. She wants no part of this anymore.
He was disgusted with that. Yeah,
Like
She's
this
gonna go wash her
motherfucker.
hands.
Oh, yeah, she is actually washing her hands now.
oh my god.
Marry Mark Summers?
Ellie Mandel.
Oh, wow. I would if it meant that I got to go on the double dare.
About germs. Why is it two game show hosts? We just listen to the people who have problems with germs.
They were the ones that famously had problems.
Can you imagine filming for 8 to 12 hours a day and just having children climb up a giant nose and slime pouring out?
That was just like pudding and shit. Like
I would still be grossed out for a while.
That's grosser. That it's food.
Also, those kids fucking sucked at that. Like, it's a little red flag. Like, just fucking move your hands around. It's not that hard.
Get a clue. You know,
I actually would pay a lot of money to watch Dan go against little kids.
You give me Nick Arcade, Double Dare, Guts, Hidden Temple. I will win every fucking one of those.
And you know what, Jeff? I agree. You know, it's not fair that they're the only two that are known for that. I think all of us should right now take a stand against germs.
Yes, finally.
I mean,
anti-germ.
Yeah,
we're anti-germ.
This show is anti-germs, and you let everyone know that.
Thank you, Johnny, for giving us the courage to come out and say
category.
Show host kids, you too can hate germs.
It's the category we're in on iTunes is anti-germ podcast.
Fantastic.
We're getting review bombed though. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Oh no!
By all the pro germ people.
Pro germ guys.
Yeah, it's the whole thing.
Those
I was
dirty
going to say
bastards.
the Germans. I'm sorry. My bad.
Okay, all right.
I'm sorry. I love you, Germans. Sorry.
Last round around the dump truck. Johnny, I know we started with you. You're going to be last, sir. So we're going to go in reverse order here. Dan, if you could pick your last voicemail of the show.
Dump Royale.
Okay, Dump Royale.
This is Brittany from Washington, and I think instead of calling it a Dump Royale, you should call it a Royal Flush. Thanks. Love you. Bye.
That's two.
Yeah, what is going on?
Yeah, I missed last week.
This episode.
What was the Dump Royale?
Sliding doors shit happening.
What was the Dump Royale? Was that a last week thing?
A Dump Royale, Backlar called it when we get through all of the voicemails, which rarely ever happens because we're too busy shooting the shit.
Sure. Okay.
Somebody else earlier said that's the second person on this show that said
everyone is like drift compatible this week. You know?
Yeah.
Love is in the air. Johnny attuned the signals because now we're finally germ free.
Dude, down with germs. I'm saying.
Yeah,
we're
I'm
not
down
arguing
with the
with
sickness. I gave my last pick to the chat, and they chose nothing special.
Why? Why do I get attached to things? Why do I like... Oh, sorry, Dumpers. Right, Dumpers. Right, hi, Dumpers. Why? Why is it that I get attached to characters? Reading a book, or a show, or a movie, and it's a minor character. They have no lines. There's nothing special about them, but something about them makes me special. Makes them special to me, damn it. And they get killed like a dog that does nothing but die. And then I feel shitty at the end because then I'm waiting for someone else to latch onto, and they die too, and everyone dies, and I'm left there going with an empty hole in my heart. Why? Why do we exist? Why does anything exist? Why? I love you guys. Bye.
And for folks that are real big fans of Johnny on the Power Bombcast and Voicemail Dump Truck, this is John's last appearance on Giant Bomb and completely. So don't get too attached.
Wow,
I've never related.
Bob killed off Johnny.
A long time coming, really.
I've never related to a voicemail less because I don't know if I've ever gotten attached to a fictional character.
God, I hate you. I hate you so much. I really hate you, Dan.
They're not real. Like, I like Solid Snake, but like when he got old, I wasn't like, oh no, his genetics. You know, like
what type of attachment or like because there's obviously different. Like Dan, I imagine you've been sad that somebody like a character has died, right? Like I felt some kind of like yeah.
At the end of Metal Gear Solid 3, when you find out that the boss was a babyface, I was kind of like, oh man, that's pretty tragic. But I was more like, that's cool. That's what a cool twist at the end of this game. Like, I don't think I've ever felt emotions about a character dying.
Okay. So you never cried over anything fictional?
Fictional, no.
Not even not even like a little, you had to hold them back, like not even a little welling up of the eyes?
Oh, you know what? Bonk hears me say this all the time, and she called bullshit on me a couple weeks ago because she said we watched Paddington 2, and at the end, I welled up a little bit. I welled up a little bit at the end. It was very sweet. Okay. It was very sweet, and so maybe I welled up a little bit.
Thank you, Bianca. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
thank you.
I think she's right about that.
Bianca. Yes. I like. Yeah, that's awesome. I agree.
You know, Dan, like our brains can't tell the difference between imagining a wolf and feeling anxious about that and seeing a wolf. To our brains, all that anxiety stuff is the same. It's the same for emotions. If you see something you care about, your brain's like, oh, this is something I care about. It doesn't have to actually be a real person. It just works. But
like when like Sniper Wolf dies, I'm not like, oh, that poor woman. I'm like, that's some polygons and that's a fun story. You know, like. That's not real. What she didn't die. That voice actress is probably alive.
What about Rocky? What about any of the Rocky films? Have you gotten emotional?
Okay. I'll give you this. Yes. So Rocky, not sad. I get hyped up. Like, so does that count as getting attached? Where it's like I want to see him fucking train and get better, and I want to see him beat
I feel like
Drago and like
taste and smell. But I'm gonna give it to you. Yeah, fine.
Because I do. I absolutely feel emotions watching like Rocky. I get fucking hyped up watching.
I think that counts.
and I root for him, and I feel good for him when he wins.
Did you get sad when he lost?
No, that's not, because when he loses, it's not sad. He went the distance. Like when did something truly? Well, I guess when his best friend got beaten to death by a comedy. I guess that was that was tragic.
That was pretty sad.
Yes.
Tragedy is also sadness, I'll say.
Okay, but I didn't get. I think Apollo dying is amazing for the story. I don't think it's sad because it's Carl Weathers is fine.
Dan, we went to that comedy club in New York, and when people tell a joke, a lot of the joke is like you have to put yourself in their shoes. They're telling a story about something that would be tragic, and then they have a punchline that actually makes it funny. But the only way that could be funny is if you can understand where they're coming from. Do you feel that when someone tells a joke?
I mean, I laugh at jokes. Does that count?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like,
it's funny
if somebody says, oh, I was walking down the street and I saw a guy wearing a weird shirt, I'm not like, yes, I'm walking down that same street. I'm not, it's not like that.
Okay. Let's rewind back earlier than the voicemail dump truck.
I can't believe we're here again.
When the guy talked about his dad popping out and having to finish off the deer, didn't you get a little bit upset about that?
Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, I did. Yeah. When I hear that voicemail, I was like, God damn, that must have fucking. But that was real. That actually that's the difference. That happened to that guy.
You can still be emotional.
I'm talking about with this fictional stuff. I think maybe I'm the only smart person because everyone else thinks this is real. Everyone thinks movies are shoots and that these people are really dying when they didn't. I know I was a film major in college. I know these are on sound stages in Burbank. This shit didn't happen. These characters didn't die.
Maybe for the caller who seems to be extremely distraught.
But that's a real person. That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel that's a real person.
Yes, they're probably going a little bit above and beyond. But I do think it is okay to let yourself go and to tap into a fake character. Sorry, a work character. I didn't mean that.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Okay, of course.
You don't use the F word.
I was just pretending.
You know what? Has any just sidebar? 'Cause going back to wrestling real quick.
Please.
Sorry, everybody. Dan, has anything in wrestling made you feel?
Yes.
Like
yes. And I've said this before, and this is stuff I have.
Ooh, actually, I like this. Let's go around the table and ask this.
Right? Yeah.
There are several entertainment things that I have cried during.
Yes.
And that is, for me, for one of them was like when Letterman retired in his last show, because it's like that was such a huge part of my upbringing and everything. It's like, oh man, he's done. But also when any wrestler is forced to like retire prematurely because of injury. Like, I wasn't even a huge Edge guy, but I remember like crying during Edge's thing or Daniel Bryan when he, had to retire, like, because that is real human drama.
So
that
there
is
hasn't
real.
been
That's
anything in a wrestling story or angle.
No, it's not like I'm sorry I love you happened and I broke down and cried. It's like no, I was like, oh, that's a cool story. That was a good. That would have been okay if you guys. I think it would have been okay if you got a little teary eyed at that.
Yeah,
because that was a little emotional.
Well, you know what? But because that actually was him retiring.
Real-ish. Yeah, it was like right, exactly, yes.
Yeah, but it's like, I'm not planning on like crying during Roman Sammy on Saturday. I think it's going to be awesome.
Maybe you might.
Hey, I'm not against this, and I am not against people crying and getting emotional.
It seems you're against it.
I can't relate to it. I think it's totally. I'll never judge anyone.
Sure.
In fact, I wish I could feel that because that seems like a way to get deeper invested. So many people love video game stories, and like I feel like that's part of it. I just haven't. Outside of Metal Gear, just because it's fucking awesome, I just can't get into video game stories.
See, some people listening right now, Dan, might made them upset for the character of Dan Reichert because you cannot feel emotions and they feel bad for you.
Well, I feel emotional all the time. I'm always really fucking happy.
Johnny, what about you? What's a moment in wrestling that made you emotional?
Oh God, too many. I'm such a loser. That's why I got the one that when the question was asked came out when Daniel Bryan won the main event of Mania.
Yes.
But that was like I've been watching Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson wrestle for ever at that point, like years and years. Like I was, a teenage Ring of Honor fan. So watching it's similar to Dan saying like the Rocky kind of story. You're watching, you're cheering him on. You want him to do great and all. So watching Bryan go from this dude, everyone before he got signed said, this guy can't talk and he'll never make a WWE and never be anything, to see him like he won all the belts in the main event of WrestleMania, which is like the pinnacle of wrestling. I was like, I didn't like cry, but I was like, God, that's my guy, man. That's my guy. That's the kind of emotion I get out of that stuff.
I think I felt the same way during Kofi Mania. And then
yeah.
I did cry there. I was in the crowd. I was crying there.
We got him.
That counts.
We got
that
him.
Counts.
But again, it's not just a fictional story. There is a real story of overcoming things, and like the importance of that moment.
In fiction, it is the person writing the story is putting real emotions that's true to them into the story, and that's I think where people make the connection. Where like this is not a fact. a factual person. There's not a shoot person in this story, but the emotions are shoot. If that makes sense.
Fuck that shit, Jeff.
Yeah.
Kofi winning and like his family coming in the ring. That was a real ass moment. Yes, the outcome was predetermined, but that moment with his family and what it meant for the business and everything, it was just like that was real. That was real. You know, that's not a fictional thing.
I teared up when Sammy like was trying to hold himself back from like doing the stare down with Roman right before he hit him with the chair.
Yeah.
It's like Roman's like push him in the face, and like you can tell Sammy's so torn up, and he's like doing the face to face thing. I'm like, oh, that's so good, and it just like got me. Yeah, it was awesome. Really I think one of the first times I remember crying over something like this when Mike Tyson lost to Buster Douglas. I remember I remember being like, it was just on in my house, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, wait, he lost, and I just didn't understand. And I remember rolling over on the bed to hide that I was crying about it. And I'm like, man, yeah.
Oh,
wow. That's brutal.
Sports is this is the one that doesn't make sense. Why do I care about some guy playing a game? Like, why do I care when the Red Wings are shit? And it's like, they're just playing a game. Like, why do I care? But I do. It's weird.
I respect it.
But that's real. That's real.
It's real, but it also is completely inconsequential and doesn't mean anything to anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Grub, did you take your last pick? A Kofi Mania.
What was that, Johnny?
Oh, right. That's right. Kofi Mania.
Yeah. Oh, man. When like the Usos in that tag gauntlet to get Kofi to the main event, and then they were like, no, we quit. We like DQ, we give up, forfeit. I'm like,
that was really good.
I can never hate you guys.
That's great.
Grub, did you take your last pick?
I don't think so. Let's do light colored pants.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I forgot something I'm mad about. It's fucking urinals, dude. Why are urinals designed to deflect your piss back onto your khaki light-colored pants? Because people just think that you pissed your pants if you didn't. The fucking urinal just deflected it back. All right.
You're doing this wrong.
Does this happen? Did you guys deal with that?
No,
you
gotta angle it. Well, you don't go in you don't go perpendicular to the ceramic.
No. But like it'll listen. Maybe listen. I don't want to brag about my stream, but maybe it's just more robust and it's hidden and it like slides around and some of it will sprinkle back up. It's not like the entire stream is like coming back and hitting me perfectly like a goddamn laser beam. Well, but like some of it is shooting back up a little bit. This happens in the toilet too.
Here's what you do.
Pisser.
Aggressive pisser. Yes, I'm really like I'm tensed up. I got to force it out.
Ruthless aggression. You know, like,
get this sin out of me. Get this sin out of me.
When you're at a urinal, what you do is you aim up, and then like as you go up, the rest of the stream goes down.
You're doing like a hook shot into the urinal.
Totally.
Stand back.
Big fan of Steph Curry, and you know, you see that guy shoot a three. I do that at the urinal.
Going over your shoulder, you're like a Harlem Globetrotter of pissing.
See, I just piss my pants. I don't really.
There you go. Perfect.
Oh, well, there you go.
If Tam was here, he would say this is why standing up is disgusting. So shout out.
You know
Tam.
what? We have a third party here that hasn't heard this, and I want to hear Johnny's thought on this. Johnny, I get a lot of shit on a lot of different podcasts about this.
Oh, is this the?
And I'm sure you can relate to this. We both have gone to a lot of wrestling events, right, Johnny?
No.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I can't believe we're doing this.
I have to pee a lot, and so I got to move.
Okay.
Where if it's very hard sometimes. Like after a good match, everyone runs to the pisser, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. You know how every time at these arenas, we've been in the same buildings many a time. Mm-hmm. There's the entry one where all the fucking marks are lined up and it's going all the way down past the million concession stands, but there's an exit too. It ain't illegal. You just kind of like walk in the exit and then you just pee and you leave.
Whoa.
And yet you won't fucking just do the air fryer without preheating it. You are insane.
No, I want to hear what Johnny thinks about that. He seemed impressed.
That is one that's chaotic, Dan. Chaotic. But wow, what a I can't I feel like I can't publicly endorse that.
It works
like
every time.
But
I think
it works.
I think Evil Uno got pissed off at me about this.
It sounds like something that it makes sense.
I've never faced consequence. I think once or twice I've heard someone yell like, "That's the exit, asshole!" But by the time that I hear that, I'm inside, and it's like, "All right, come get me. You're gonna have to be an asshole too."
I mean, I feel like this shouldn't be talked about in public because that could, what if this could influence a whole generation? Dan, they're gonna make TikToks about this.
Yeah. Oh, don't make TikToks. The kids are gonna see it and ruin my whole plan.
Wow, at the end of the day, Dan, I don't think I like it, but I gotta respect it.
Thank you.
It does sound like a grift. You sound like you are pulling one off. Like you're getting.
I know you're not
getting away with
supposed to,
something.
but at the end of the day, it ain't illegal. It's you
It's
can do it.
frowned upon.
I think I'm just being I think I'm being crafty.
Just
And I
like
think I'm-
preheating.
But it's not illegal to cut in any line.
Well, yeah, but
Like
you're an
you-
asshole if you cut it like an amusement park.
That's still a lie.
But it's not illegal.
If
Oh.
Good point. Because if I
tough,
saw someone
yeah.
cut in line at like Six Flags, I'd be like,
I'd be upset.
"Fuck this dude."
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But what if I have
you
to
want
pee?
sit on this and then completely forget we had this conversation and come back and do it again and go back to your original position?
Damn, I get every
same
other
defense
situation.
every time.
I fucking yesterday I was driving home and there was a huge red light and there was like a shoulder and some fucking asshole drove right past all the cars and I remember looking at him and you
That's the worst.
motherfucker, fuck you, dude. Like I fucking viscerally hate it when people cut. But what if you have to you gotta pee?
Driving
I
on
have
the
to pee a
shoulder
lot.
is illegal. So that one.
That's right. That's the dividing line.
There
I
you
don't
go.
break the law. If
That's
it's the man police law or if it's a cooking place preheating law, I don't break it.
Dan, I wanna reprimand you for it, but I can't. I
All
feel
right,
like it's
try it. Hey, you know what?
expected.
Try it out next time. Report
Ooh,
back.
Oh man.
I do
Johnny.
think the frequency with which you've talked about this does significantly increase the chances that one of these times you are going to get your ass beat. Someone is going to be like,
And
"That is
here's
Dan
the thing.
Riker.
I couldn't even be
He's doing
mad.
the
I
move."
couldn't. If someone beat my ass on the
Well, never
floor
mind,
of
Ed.
a
We're good then. We're good
of the
then.
SoFi Stadium, if I'm bleeding on a bathroom floor at SoFi Stadium in April, I would have to look up and be like, "Yeah, that makes sense."
If we're doing WWE like Frontier Justice, then I'm down. Never mind.
Hopefully it's not during your piss, so it won't get all over your pants.
Yeah, let me piss and then beat my ass.
Just
How
don't
about
wear
that?
khakis. Just don't wear khakis.
Yeah,
I don't.
That's really the problem. This guy wore khakis. What is he doing?
Just don't knock me on the bathroom floor if I'm wearing my Ribera jacket. That thing, that's fancy.
This also is not an invitation to do that.
I would prefer not to get my ass
Yeah,
kicked,
please
but I
don't
would
beat up
understand.
Dan. Yes, please. Yes,
Yeah.
this is not an
Unless
That's Johnny. All right.
Johnny, last voicemail of the show, sir.
Oh, okay. Let us go with Sunday.
This Sunday, I might poop my pants. He might poop his pants and fall down the stairs. Like injury. You'll see this coming Sunday.
Thank you, caller.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's just
Sure.
nice to hear. Thank you so much.
Yeah. What a dump it's been. I feel like we've worked through childhood trauma, roadkill, relationship stuff. This
Cheesecake.
really cheesecake, germs.
Sucker.
Yeah, anti. All of us unanimous
Yeah.
anti.
Yeah. I feel like this is my therapy. This is my therapy throughout the week. This is a good catch-all show. Jeff Grubb, thank you for joining me.
Thanks,
Dan
brother.
Reichert, thank you for joining me.
No,
Johnny, where can the folks find you and all your stuff online? I know you plug it at the tippy toppity, but this is like the tasty tip at the end here. You got to enjoy it.
Well, thank you.
Let's savor it.
Any of you in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, which is a lot of places, because a lot of places in North Carolina are close to Raleigh, so don't pretend like you're not close. I'd see you. We have a pro wrestling show this Saturday, February 25th. Deadlock Pro Wrestling at the Kerr Scott Building in Raleigh, North Carolina. Check it out. Crazy show. We're trying to change the game out there in the world of independent wrestling. We talk about it a lot on our podcast every week, and now we're trying to be about it. So check out Deadlock Pro Wrestling, the Deadlock Wrestling podcast every Monday. Dan has a sticker of it, of course. That's very
Look
cool.
at that. Look at that.
Every Monday, wherever you find your podcast, we talk about retro wrestling, Attitude Era, WCW, ECW, all the fun stuff there. And of course, if you like wrestling video games, you can find me at New Legacy Inc. on Twitch and on YouTube and on TikTok, Dan. You can find me on there, Dan. You can check me out. Get on there and check me out.
the
Dan.
kids can. I'm an old man.
Thank you guys for having me. Seriously. It's very
Thank you for joining us, sir. Johnny, I'd be remiss if I missed this in chat. Someone said Johnny cried when they called a DQ in the Hell in a Cell with The Fiend and Rollins.
Okay. That wasn't a okay. So it depends on your definite, because I guess there's different ways of crying. See, that was a angry, like yelling, berating upsetness that I had during that whole match. As I mean, if you listen to the Power Bombcast, I'm a big Fiend guy. Jeff understands.
Mountain Dew,
And,
I get it.
Yeah, the Fiend Rollins thing was horrible. I mean, they disqualification in a Hell in a Cell. I mean, you gotta be fucking kidding me, bro.
It's a bad
you gotta be
ending.
kidding me. That's unbelievable.
Folks, 707 exit flu is the number to call into the voicemail dump truck. We will see you next week with another episode of The Dump. Go check out Johnny on the internet. Go support Deadlock. Talk about wrestling. Don't go beat up Dan if you just see him.
Unless...
Go enjoy some cheesecake with your wife. Then, you know, say nice things and some mean things, because that's how relationships go. We'll catch you in the voicemail dump truck next week. Love you. Wait, now the music's playing. There we go. There we go. Like a playful rub on the back, maybe. Not while Dan is pissing.
No, I just would rather not any touching.
Yeah, don't touch Dan. Help Dan piss.
Because of germs. Don't touch
germs.
Dan. Yeah.
He's got germs.
No, he doesn't want the germs.
He doesn't want the germs.
We got a good immune system. I'm fine.